Folks, I'm normally an optimistic person, but I am going to beg and plead for Sheila Hemp Ford to sell the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are the only franchise in the entirety of the Super Bowl era to not even make the Super Bowl. We hired Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell 5 years ago. We have missed the playoffs 3 out of those 5 years. During that time, we have let now Montgomery go. We have made a hero out of Golf, who is the slowest quarterback, the least mobile quarterback, and calling him a stud. Last year, game one, we're getting blown out by the Green Bay Packers. One of the many reasons why we're getting blown out, because for years we needed Brad Holmes to get into free agency and find that big dog to go along with Aiden Hutchinson. Green Bay found a way. They didn't even give up that much. And they got Micah Parsons. And he wrecked that first game. But at the end of that game, Isaac TeSlaa makes a great catch. He's 6'4", runs pretty well, catches everything you throw at him. What do the Lions do? They barely use him the whole season. They barely use Montgomery the last 7-8 games. They needed to make the playoffs, folks. And they were playing mediocre teams and lost to Pittsburgh, Minnesota. They're going nowhere, folks. They just now insulted their starting left tackle, Taylor Decker, who's given everything for that team. They asked him to, in his last year basically, to take a $21 million due to him salary and offered him $8.9 million. Somewhere thereabouts. What they did is insult the guy, and he's asked and received his release. This Detroit Lions team has no clue what it takes to win football. Matthew Stafford, in his first year, wins a Super Bowl. And Dominic Suh wins one Super Bowl, has been in 3. And last year, Matthew Stafford won the MVP. 2 years ago, our best cornerback by far was Carlton Davis. They just let him go. Brad Holmes is trying to half-ass and spend money in a budget way on a few players and then give up the farm to Golf, who does not deserve that. I wish we would have drafted quarterbacks. Not Hendon Hooker. That's a wasted pick. Folks, I'm sorry to tell you, but this Detroit Lions, we had some excitement for 2 years. And even if you look at our best year where we got all the way to the NFC game, all along the year, we knew we needed a kicker. And there's this energy from Brad Holmes, we're good enough. We'll just go for it on 4th and 7 instead of kicking a 54-yard field goal or having a kicker that they can rely on. Now, their kicker at that time was Bagley. I believe it was Bagley. He was not dependable at that, so I understand them going for it, but I don't understand why all season long, you need a kicker, you didn't find one. Now, we did find one in Jake Bates, and here we go again. They give him some kind of contract where he can either accept $1,000,000 as his contract or sit out a year. And either way, he becomes a free agent next year. Okay, I love Jake Bates, love for God, and I love his energy, and he's been a very dependable kicker. But if his agent has his ear a little bit, he's going to test the market. And there's going to be a team that wants to win that's going to pay him more than the Lions will. You watch. And then we'll be scrambling around for another kicker. Folks, it's so exhausting being a Detroit Lions fan. We go back. If you watch the documentary of Bye Bye Barry, the situation was during the off season, Joe Montana was getting replaced by Steve Young. Joe Montana wanted to go to the Detroit Lions. The general manager, Chuck Schmidt, who was a drinking buddy of William Clay Ford, claimed that Joe Montana was too old, he wouldn't be any good. He went to Kansas City and he played very well over there. Had he played the same football there as he did here, who knows? But we don't have that opportunity. And there was a time where we had the number one offense in football and we needed a lot of help on defense. And there was a guy named Deion Sanders that just switched baseball teams from the Atlanta Braves to the Cincinnati Reds. And he was looking for an NFL team. And you know, Cincinnati and Detroit's not all that far apart logistically. We should have gave him a huge payday and let him shut down a whole side of the football field, and who knows, we could have won. Now, the last straw. That has made me do this video. Sadly. Not only did they just let Montgomery go, and we had no running game whatsoever before he came here. And I know Jahmyr Gibbs is running the football fantastically. But so was David Montgomery in a few games earlier in the season. Now we're going to put it all on Gibbs. And we got a new offensive coordinator that had a 3-14 record last year. God, it's just not, it's horrible. I mean, it's great comedic material, but it's sad. And the last straw that broke my camel's back is Max Crosby was available. He's from Michigan, folks. And now the Baltimore Ravens has successfully traded for him. Folks, I don't know about you. I don't give up easily. But doggone it, I think they've owned the Lions since 1963. That's 37, 43, 63 years we have gone without being in a championship game. Bobby Lane won 3 titles, 3 championships. He got injured, they traded him. And on his way out, he says, you guys are never going to win a championship again. Sheila, Sal, the team, your family, I don't doubt that you tried your best. But your family does not belong owning an NFL football team. The only suggestion I have for us Lions fans is for Tom Gore of the Pistons and Magic Johnson to get together and pitch to Roger Goodell that we can open up an NFL franchise in Traverse City, build a huge stadium, and put us in the Lions division. At least we'll get 2 wins. God bless you guys, and I hope they make me wrong and they win a Super Bowl this year. That'd be awesome, but I don't count on it.